welcome, welcome, welcome. It is such a pleasure for me to be here. How are you guys doing today? Are you feeling great? Yeah. Are you guys feeling good? Yeah. Yes, good to know. I honestly think never in a million years I would be a guest speaker on TED. And now here I am today. And honestly, you must think that to be a speaker on TED or on any of the dream stage, it takes such a background, it takes such a profile, or to be someone who is recognized by the society. But the key is actually simpler than that. Now let me ask you a question. When it comes to being famous, or just wanting to be known a bit widely, what do you think you need? Maybe you think you need beauty? Yeah. You think you need to be a genius mindset? Yeah, that's fair enough. Do you think you need to be super successful or super wealthy for everyone to listen to you? Yeah, that's fair enough. I used to have that thought too, but I realize now it is much simpler than that. Do you know what the key is? It's to create familiarity. And why is it important? And let me tell you why. Now, I myself am fortunate to have a TikTok channel of myself with nearly 100,000 followers. And why nearly not 100,000 followers or more yet? Because I've been super lazy lately. Did I say lazy? No, I've been busy. I mean, I've been super busy with work lately. And for the first few clips, I didn't even bother to put on makeup, or I didn't even bother to show my face, because what filters are for? Filters are to save our lives, and it sure does save my lives. And these are the 2 clips that started my whole TikTok journey. And if you guys are on TikTok, or even if you're not on TikTok, you might be familiar with the sound. He ain't got no choice then, the baby finally my boyfriend. You guys familiar with that? Yeah. So this is my version of it. I ain't got no choice then, nobody wants to be my boyfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, are we here at least a few times trying to plug in the charger without getting up properly to do so? Are we feeling my pain right now in the second clip? So it can be said that one of the factors that makes people follow me on TikTok is that I create the sense of closeness. I didn't even know about that until recently a friend told me that I create a sense of closeness. And honestly, one of the things I must mention is that luck plays a pivotal role in my journey to become who I am today. What do I mean by luck? Luck is something I define as things that I can, that are uncontrollable. Why? Because I cannot control the perception of people of me. Sure, I can control what contents I put on my channel. I can control my facial expression, but I cannot control what people see of me, what the vibe I give out. So that's why I think familiarity really helps me to get to where I am today on social media, and familiarity really helps me to become a better version of myself. And honestly, the same goes for hit songs, blockbuster movies, and even TV shows. I'm sure you've come across at least a movie or 2 or a song that actually instantly reminds you of a period of time, or a piece of memory, or a version of yourself that you've been through. Has anyone here ever been to that place? Has ever felt that feelings before? And I'm sure movies and songs all related to us, because why do they become famous? Why do they become widely known? It's because they capture the feelings that we all feel or felt inside. They tell our stories that we cannot find a perfect way to put into words. And that is why they become widely, because they capture everything we feel inside. And if you don't believe me, let's choose 3 types of movies, iconic movies, that I think for us to give a better version, a better idea of what I'm talking about. First of all, let's look at Star Wars. Anyone here is familiar with Star Wars?
Yes.
Anyone here is a fan of Star Wars?
Yes.
Honestly, I am not a fan of Star Wars myself. I only take out Star Wars as an example because one of my friends is the biggest fan of Star Wars. Yeah, it's a science fiction movie, but doesn't it taught us about hopes is important, but it also requires action. It taught us that it's never too late to do the right thing. The second one, Finding Nemo. You know that just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. You know, familiar with that movie? Finding Nemo? The mine. Isn't it about the cartoon movie? Isn't it for kids, supposedly? But doesn't it taught us that parents, as authority figures, they are humans too. And we, in fact, are human too. And our parents are learning how to be parents along the way. And we are as well. We are learning to be somebody's child. We are learning how to be a good son or a good daughter. Right? The third movie, believe it or not, horror movies taught us as well. Does anybody here familiar with horror movie Screams? It might be too old for us to recall, but that is my personally favorite. So what did it taught us? It taught us to recognize trends. And for those of you who don't know, there's a character, Randy, in the movie, who spent his entire life watching and studying and learning for horror movies. And he can give excellent advice for what to deal with such horrible situations. And people who did not listen to him will end up dying. So it taught us that if you have a guru or two in your organizations, please listen to them. They've been experienced enough, and they know they have the vision to guide you through these hard times. Especially if a mass killer is going after you to hunt you down your business, then you better listen to that person, to that guru. So one of the things that familiarity taught us, that the sense of closeness, the being relatable feeling, really helps these movies get into our hearts and our minds. Or in general speaking, the more we have in common, the bigger we feel connected, and the bigger your circles become. And my final point is that familiarity, believe it or not, turns strangers into friends. Familiarity turns strangers into lovers, partners, and might be your significant others. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot do everything alone, even if you really want to. I'm a person who really likes to get my hands on every phase of my preparation process because I am master of ceremony myself. Oh, for all the agencies and brands out there, contact me. I like to pick out my own outfit, to pick out my own layout of makeup, so I know that makeup layout is going with the vibe I'm going for. I like to pick out the jewels that can actually make me pop among all these people in the event. And believe it or not, with the right jewels, you can actually be your own queen of the night. And it helps you boost your confidence a lot. And to have a clearer example, let me give you one of my very special experience when finding a dress to attend an event or to host an event. This is how my preparation got me. I know what my angles are, I know what types of makeup is going well with me, I know what types of clothing will fit best to the stage or the event. Before this dress, I was going to rent this dress for the night. This is gonna be a beautiful white dress that I caught my eye on right away when I saw it on the internet. You can see the beautiful curves. The seamless is so beautiful, honey. Right? Do you see the crystal, the details, all the whiteness, the seamlessness of the dress? And with this dress, with the right jewels, it helps you become somebody in the event. And hold on, boom. This is what reality hits me. Emotional damage, honey. I am speechless. I am too stunned to speak. Where the curves? Where the crystal? Tell me, where the star? Nuh-uh. Do you see the feather? Why does it look like a chổi lông gà? I mean, look at the room. I would not even call this a dress. This is a piece of feather that is attached to what called fabric. Oh my God, the seller even offered to like ship this dress to my house so that I don't have to like travel back and forward. I'm like, no, honey, send it to Jesus. The dress needs Jesus to save it. So no thanks. So how did I save myself from this embarrassing event, this embarrassing dress? This is because I have such a relationship with my friend who is very stylish and also a stylist. Why? Because we bond through fashions. We talked about fashion. We go shopping together. We talked about what type of jewels would become our statement, would create hell of a combination. You see, I make him feel like he knows me and vice versa. That's how we bond. That's how we get helps from one another. Even if I want to go along, even if I want to do things alone, I cannot because I would be on the stage with that embarrassing dress. So you see, you need friends, you need helps every now and then. And being mean, shutting people down, will not help you getting any further. Because if you're not having a crown backing you up, you're failing for the very first steps. Because you need to understand and to remember that you are not the only person who shapes yourself. Believe it or not, it is familiarity that what brings us together. No matter what industry you're working in, no matter what types of people you're surrounding yourself with, creating a sense of familiarity and closeness is going to help you a lot. Familiarity, believe it or not, is what gets you what you want. Oh, you better believe that, I told you so. And familiarity is what will bring us together and further. Thank you.